So is everyone? One question is everyone in? I mean, did we accept all participants or are they still coming?
I'm accepting them as they come, but I think we can start.
Okay. So, welcome everyone to our conference. First of all, for the participants from today, I would like to let you know that you have translation available in this conference. So if you want to activate your translation, you have to go to the three little dots where it says more. Okay, activate your translation and then select your language. Okay, so once you have done that, you will have the CC captions on and you will have translation as we proceed.
Radu, if you can manage to put your slides full screen for better visibility.
Yes, we will do that. So if everyone is ready, we would like to start. We would like to start with a word from Marianne about the project and a short description of the stage that the project is in.
I think it is not necessary to have more details, but it is important for all of us to know it's about counseling in our countries, about the necessity of changes and the necessity of collaboration for bringing the good practice in our experience of counseling. It is important to understand the necessity of good regulation for us and also to understand how to do for the dissident people to have good regulation for counseling. It's about changing of experience and about having links in between our countries and between the specialists, counselors for doing best for our clients. Please, Radu, continue the presentation.
Okay, so to everyone, I would like to give you some organizational information. We will start with some general information about career guidance in every school, and then we will have not detailed description of how career guidance is going in each school, especially in secondary education. So if you already did this, if you activated your translation, you can proceed. With the first part, a general overview of career guidance in secondary school in the partner countries. We would like to start with our colleagues from the Czech Republic, Zuzana Freibikova.
Okay, can I? Yes.
Yes.
So thank you very much for this possibility. Good morning and welcome to all the participants. It's really my pleasure to start. I will try to briefly summarize the situation in the provision of career guidance at Czech gymnasiums, as we call general secondary schools. And to be brief, I will read what I prepared. Generally speaking, provision of guidance and counseling services is governed in the Czech Republic by the Act on Preschool, Primary, Secondary and Higher Vocational Education. And the School Act establishes two branches of counseling services provided to students and their legal representatives. And this one is provided directly at school, and the other is provided by two kinds of educational counseling facilities, which are assigned to a specific geographic area and provide their standard services free of charge. These educational facilities provide information, diagnostic, counseling, and methodological activities, and provide also professional special education and pedagogical psychological services, preventive educational care, and assist in choosing appropriate education and vocational orientation. Next, please. And now we will look at how it works within the school. Maybe one up. Yes, this one. Thank you. According to the currently valid school legislation, school director is obliged to establish by an internal regulation a school counseling center and ensure its personnel capacities meet the needs of students and the educational process. The school counseling center is in fact a coordination mechanism that coordinates across the school prevention of school failure and students' risky behavior, career guidance and needs of students with special educational needs, as well as needs of the gifted students. Further, they have a coordination role in cooperation with education counseling facilities and students' parents also. Mandatory members of the school counseling team are educational counselor and prevention methodologist. Other members are aided according to director decision and needs of students. Additional members are usually teachers involved in career education. Many gymnasiums have a part-time school psychologist, and some of them allocate part of educational counselors' hours to a career counselor and have some talent coordinator. Next, please. However, career counselors and talent coordinators do not appear in the current valid school legislation yet. And now, on this slide, we see the role of educational counselor according to currently valid legislation, being in charge of both educational and disciplinary problems as well as career guidance. Educational counselor has to be a teacher with completed specialized study of educational counseling in duration of 250 hours. He or she is legally entitled for their role 1 to 5 hours a week. Number of hours is determined by number of students at the given school. Many bigger schools do have already a career guidance counselor because of ESF projects and therefore are already prepared for legislation changes, because from beginning of next year, 2026, an amendment to School Act will enter into force, which already works with separate concept of career guidance and career guidance counselor at schools. Next, please. Each school counseling center develops an activity plan for the given school year, in which there has to be also career guidance plan. On this slide, you can see an example of such plan, with activities supporting students' decision-making about their transition to university studies or labor market.
E un webinar.
Next, please. From what I've presented, it can look like that the Czech gymnasiums provide very little for further student career, but the main part of preparing students for choosing a career is included within career education and educational area man and the world of work. We call it educational area because it is not a separate educational subject. As you can see, it includes 5 thematic areas connected with labor market, economy, and financial issues that the school should incorporate into educational subjects like Czech language, geography, and fundamental of social sciences. Next, please. No. Up, please. Yes. Thank you. No. This one, thank you. In gymnasium, no. Next one. Next one. Okay, so yes. I did one slide, but it is not there. So it was very briefly from me, from the Czech Republic, and I thank you for your attention in this moment.
Susanna, you will have an intervention on detailed information about career guidance further down. So we have the general information from the countries, and then we will have a detailed description.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So next, we will have a presentation from our Hungarian partners. Tibor?
Yes, thank you, and also warm welcome from our side for the webinar. So as now we are discussing, let's use the Latin word, the gymnasium, which does not exist in English, but then all in your countries we are talking about the general secondary education as gymnasium in Hungarian. Sounds very similar for your ears as well. I had prepared only a few slides which provide you a helicopter overview about the situation in Hungary. First, probably starting with the leading policy documents, which is our case is not in the slide, but in the last bit more than a decade, a new educational act passed the Hungarian parliament. So whatever was agreed and discussed in the early 90s, the change of the regime is not anymore a legal document, but we have a new Public Education Act, which is around 1 decade old at the moment. This act stipulates that all of the secondary school teachers, or including primary school teachers, are responsible for career education and career development of the students. However, one of the edicts, which is about the implementation of this act, already nominating the pedagogical centers. I think these centers are very familiar what you have in your countries to deal with career guidance. But then here the wording changed from career education to career guidance, and the devil is always in the details. This has different type of meanings. As an important document, of course, we have the national core curriculum. Since the change of the regime, it was modified 5 times, so this is a 5th version already in power, where we don't have career education as a standalone subject. This is embedded in different type of other areas. Mainly the practical skills education. It's create plenty of tension in implementation. First of all, it means that whenever career education should be in place in the general secondary education, there are no dedicated classes and neither dedicated school staff to deal with this. And on the other hand, we have a new ministerial structure in the last 15 years. So I think Hungary is probably the only EU or OECD country without a Ministry of Education. What we have is a Ministry of Culture and Innovation. This ministry is responsible for only for vocational education and higher education. In the meantime, and this I think is absolutely super unique among the European countries, the Ministry of Interior at the moment is responsible for primary and general secondary education and some part of vocational education, but this is for our next webinar. The daily management of the school districts is going through the Klebersberg Center, and there are plenty of branches of this center at the micro-regional level, which mainly responsible for the management of the schools. On the other hand, we still have NGOs running schools, and then the churches, the traditional churches are also one of the main providers of primary and secondary education in the country. So if we can move to the next slide, please, which is about the content, so how we are actually implementing career guidance services in the general secondary education in Hungary. Just probably moving back to the primary education. In case of Hungary, we have only 8th grade, so then students have to change the primary education for secondary, either general secondary or VET, at the age of 14. And then, as you can see here, the quotation for the National Public Education Act, there is a certain paragraph of the act which is about career orientation. Here, the traditional French word orientation being used again. So this is at least the third different type of terminology naming career guidance or career education activities in the schools. This is basically linked with a centralized written exam. So this is the 5th year in the Hungarian primary schools from mid-September until mid-October. All of the 80,000 Hungarian pupils at the age of 14, grade 8, have to go through, as it officially called, it's a career test. On the other hand, this is not a real test. This is more like a Holland-type career interest questionnaire with additional elements. So all of them have to go through all of these, but the outcomes, of course, are not compulsory for the secondary school enrollment. Additionally, what in the last 20 years is an important element of the Hungarian education system is a centralized written entrance exam, which is from, as the same like in the Czech case, is from Hungarian language as mathematics. So basically, if you are a student or if you are a pupil with low scores in the written exam, all of your chances to find your way based on your career orientation in the secondary school system are dead, because then we will not be called for an oral exam after this. We also have career guidance teachers in the Hungarian education system. I would say Hungary is very, very unique and a forerunner in this sense in the region. So we have been training this type of special career guidance teacher more than 18 years. Mainly it was connected with the University of Gödöllő, then later on in the Bologna process, I mean in the higher education, it was decentralized and different universities now are engaged in training these professionals. Here again, a big change is that since the National University of Public Service established a faculty for pedagogy, now this university itself is responsible for further training of pedagogists and teachers already providing their services in the schools. So this is going to have implications of the further training in career guidance and career education as well. So on one hand, it means that we have these skilled professionals, skilled to provide career education. Here I'm definitely using the word in English, career education, not career guidance or career orientation. Probably later we can discuss what the distinction between different phrases. So we have trained career guidance teachers, but to use them is not compulsory for the schools or for the school districts. So there are schools where basically no educated career guidance staff is available, when in other schools probably they are available, but there is a lack of time when they can deliver their services. Additionally, we have in the pedagogical centers, like we have 20 pedagogical centers based on the country structure of Hungary, we have mainly psychologists and pedagogists specially trained to deliver career guidance and counseling services. it's like a half-half tradition of coming from psychology and partly also from pedagogy. Also, Hungary has a very unique history on this back in the 1980s when we used to have career education centers at the country level, but they were shut down in 1983, so we don't have those anymore. One more interesting element before we are moving next slide. In the general secondary education, we have a special so-called community service. It's 50 hours now compulsory for all secondary school students, so they can't graduate at the grade of 12 unless, so they can go through the school leaving exam unless they finish this 50 hours community service. And now more and more schools and guidance professionals start using this 50 hours community service as a way how we can build career education around the schools and supporting the pupils and parents and teachers as well. And then for the last slide, please. Yeah. So also a few words about the tools. That was also a question. So what type of tools are we using, and then what are available in the Hungarian schools, what are available for the Hungarian professionals. I only named a few because it's not such a technical seminar at the moment. We want to understand the general overview about the school system and then relation with career education. So as you can see here, we are very frequently using the Holland type career interest questionnaire. Actually, this is what is a compulsory element at the grade 8 for all students. The trick here that we are using a Canadian modified version made by Bognar, Charles Bognar, in the late 80s, which is a slightly different than the original Holland, but basically the same tool. And there are other tools as well, which are available for professionals. Actually, Lajos, who is going to talk about the Hungarian practice, was the one who used some of these new inventories in the Hungarian examples in secondary education. We also use, additionally to questionnaires, we also use a wide variety of board games, different type of visualization, even drama teaching combined with career education. And then the old traditional, I would say probably coming from the Sovietized past of these countries or the industrialized past of these countries, we are also having career fairs, company visits, and traditional school exhibitions where either employers or different type of representative of VET institute or higher education institute visiting the general secondary students. The alumni programs are growing and growing, so especially in the elite schools, the alumni are also providing this type of peer-to-peer counseling for the secondary students. And one more item to mention, in the last couple of years, we have more and more so-called career orientation camps. Some of them are paid services, some of them are free. So in the summertime, students are spending 1 or 2 weeks just working around their next career plans. So in a nutshell, this is what we have in the general secondary education in Hungary. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you, Tibor. Next, we would like to invite our colleagues from Slovakia to give a general overview of the career guidance in their country.
Hello, thank you. So I will try to go through it quickly, if you can hear me, so that we can leave more space to our practitioners who will tell you more about what it looks like. But can we move on to the next slide, please? So the legal framework for career guidance is the Act from 2019 that defined the term career counselor, who is a role at school alongside psychologists, special educators, speech therapists, and therapeutic pedagogue and social pedagogue. And this law defines career counseling as an activity targeted at harmonizing the student's career development with the student's individual prerequisites and interests. So you see it's a little bit old-fashioned definition, focused also on the diagnostic activities of students' prerequisites and interests. Marcel and Marta, please turn off your microphone because there is an echo. Next slide, please. So school career counselor is not a distinct role. It's usually combined with teaching and sometimes with other roles. And depending on the size of the school, this law defines the number of hours in terms of teaching dispensation. So the standard teacher teaches for 22 hours a week, and the teacher or the school employee with this role of career counselor has a dispensation based on the size of the schools from 2 to 5 hours. So we can see that this is not such a huge number of hours. Then we also have a parallel network similar to Czech Republic and Hungary, which is the network of career counselors in the centers of NCPPs, which are the counseling and prevention centers, and also special counseling and prevention centers, of which we have 156 regionally based. So basically, in terms of methodological support of guidance, you would have this this hierarchy of the ministry through the founder of the school, which can be again a region, a church, or an NGO, like in Hungary, and then this network of regional counseling and prevention centers, and then career counselors at schools. Next slide, please. And in terms of their training and professionalization, since 2025, career counselors at school must undergo an obligatory 155 hours specialization training that is organized by regional methodical centers. And also career counselors can participate on voluntary, what the law defines as innovation training, that is also linked to a salary bonus, to incite teachers and school staff to participate in continuous professional development. And in terms of coordination, CPPs, these regional counseling centers, also host a career guidance coordinator, one per country, who organizes regular meetings, supervision, intervision, sharing of good practices between career counselors at schools. So generally speaking, there is a little bit less focus on system management and quality assurance in general secondary compared to VET, which is a priority of the state by the Ministry of Education. Next slide, please. And it's the last slide. Thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much, Thomas. So now we would like to give a general overview of career guidance in Romania. My name is Rado Prița. I'm a school counselor. I realize now that I neglected this, trying to give a few words from each other about the speakers. So sorry about that. So I would like to ask my colleagues when they get to the detailed presentation to speak a few words about themselves and about their experience in counseling. Thank you. So career guidance in Romania has a few general acts. It's also changing. Last year we had the act for approving the framework for organizing the county centers for resources and educational assistance. Also, the General Act for Education changed 2 years ago in Romania. And career guidance professionals are school counselors. They are hired by a county center. We have 41 county centers for each county and the capital from Bucharest. So they are hired by this institution, but they are working in schools. They have their framework is in school, but they belong to this county center. They work with different educational actors. They work with teachers. They work with speech therapists and also supporting teachers. We have, you will see, we have a group of supporting teachers for students with special needs. Career counseling is viewed as an assistance in order to help the student to reach his or her best results according to competences, interests, and personality traits. So this is the framework that we have now. Since 1997, we also had school counselors, fewer than now, and they were organized in school assistance centers. Okay. So, which are the professionals that provide career guidance in schools in Romania? The main institution concerned with career guidance is this county center. It's called County Center for Resources and Educational Assistance. It includes 3 types of professionals. It includes school counselors, school speech therapists, and support teachers. Also, this county center includes an evaluation compartment for educational and professional guidance, which evaluates children with special needs. And afterwards, it directs them to specialized services. Who are these professionals? These professionals, the career guidance is provided by school counselors. And the law says that in order for a school to have a school counselor, it needs to have at least 600 students. So it's 1 school counselor for 600 students. If the school is smaller, then we would, and this happens all the time. The school counselor has 2 or 3 schools, or I have colleagues that I think they have like 5 schools sometimes. And all these schools, they need to have 600 students combined. They are considered teachers, so they have 20 hours per week norm for counseling activities and other 20 for finding resources and planning the activities. The school counselor is viewed as a psychological and educational assistant, and besides from career guidance, the school counselor has many other roles in the school. They can be therapists for behavioral problems in school. They can also have tasks regarding emotional development for children, prevention programs in school, integration for children with special needs, assistance for teachers in the educational process, and also assistance for parents. Okay, so this is the general presentation from Romania. We will continue with part 2, more detailed description of each situation. Also, I would like to tell the participants that if they want to ask anything or say something in particular, they can raise their hands, and we would like to hear them and hear their opinions about the presentation. So we should continue with our colleagues from Slovakia, Marcela and Marta. Maybe tell us a few words about yourselves and then describe, go into the details of counseling in Slovakia.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Hi, my name is Marta Lančaričová and my colleague is Marcela. And let me introduce ourselves. I am teach classer and Marcela is career counselor, and she has very experienced. She a career counselor for 24 years, and so she is very experienced. Together, we form a team and participate in a several projects. Our high school, can you go next to the picture?
Okay, this one was from
Yes.
Thomas. Okay.
Maybe, yes. And our high school, Gymnázium Nedožerského, ranks among the largest in Slovakia. We have 80 880 students, and staff of 60 teachers. We provide a high quality general education and prepare students for university studies. 90% of our students continue their studies at universities in Slovakia, the Czech Republic, or other European countries. And what is our career system? It's a structured, multifaceted guidance, and career consulting is a service that assists students and guides them in many areas. For example, in education processes, personal development, in their choice of study and profession, in planning life, in finding employment in the labor market. Career education is implemented in the following ways: as a part of school curriculum, through counseling session, during class meeting, and provided through special programs and events. All staff in our school participate in it, and the coordination, systematization, and profession of all activities are professionally managed by the school career counselor, and she collaborates with the school support team, includes a school psychologist, a special education teacher, a prevention coordinator, a digital coordinator, and class teachers. So we have a very similar system as in the Czech Republic. Let me begin with structure of the system by career development areas. The core pillars of our system are decision making and planning, and it included develop career skills as ability to set goals and individual steps, make realistic decisions, manage stress, risk, create a career plan. Second is development of career skills. It's problem solving, teamwork, presentation and communication skills, self-management, practical learning, adaptability, flexibility, portfolio creation. Third is self-awareness and personal development. Strengths and weaknesses, self-confidence, values, interest, abilities, self-reflection, empathy, learning style, personal motivation and needs, responsibility, determination, independence, etc. And last is orientation in education and labor market. Yes, this last, searching for the evaluating information, critical thinking, and overview of study opportunities at home and abroad, work trends, and job position, entrance exam, and selection processes. I would like to move on vertical division on the career system by high school grades. The vertical division of career system allows for the gradual development of career skills as well as their continuity in increasing difficulty in career choice. So let's have a look at the first grade. The first grade is challenging for our students. New environment, new conditions, more subject and different style of work. Therefore, the adaptation program and socio-psychological training are justified. Students became aware of their potential and weaknesses, get to know themselves and their learning style better, and form their personal motivation and values. They also became more familiar with individual areas of education. By taking many subjects compared to elementary school, they gain a clear overview and orientation in task and expectation. Yes. The socio-psychological training is conducted by experts from the Counseling and Prevention Center in Prievidza. It provides students with important information regarding their self-awareness and personal development, and for the class teacher, it's offer information about the newly forming class with recommendation on how to work with them. Students, previous slide please, because there is a picture on the right side. The student also learn self-assessment and self-reflection, At the end of each semester, they are required to write a self-evaluation letter on the right side for each subject, and the teacher provides a reflection on their own assessment in response. Yes, next please, let's continue. Second grade, career orientation is essential for them as a gaining information about further study options and the ability to evaluate information. All of our established activities help them significantly because at the end of the school years, students must choose 3 subjects based on their preference for third grade studies. This is their first profiling and choice during their time at our high school. The first testing career preference done by EduFlow agency helps them with that choice. A significant event for students is the Science and Career Days. Second and third year students have the opportunity to spend time with prominent figures from scientific, social, and cultural life. Based on their own interest and choice, they attend 2 lectures during this special day. This lecture provided them with a connection to a successful person from real world practice. For many students, this experience significantly influenced their future career choice. Okay, next slide, please. In the third grade, we are focusing on career preferences. Again, we are testing their career preferences. Tests are conducted with external experts, which helps them in make decisions about their future university studies. When students attend an excursion to a university for Fair Gaudeamus in Bratislava, where various universities from Slovakia, Czech Republic, and abroad are presented, which helps them to choose their career. Okay, students again take a serious responsibility for their decision and selecting study subjects. For many of them, this means a great deal of situation analysis, re-evaluation of their decisions, and searching a new solution for their future. Because now they have to choose 3 compulsory elective subjects for the 4th grade, and it takes 12 hours in their schedule. And finally, 4th year, decision about a future career. Next slide, please. Seniors choose their subject for their final exam, which mostly corresponded to their future studies. They select university they would like to attend and prepare for their final exams and entrance exam. In this grade, students receive all the necessary information about submitting applications and often individually consults with their class teacher and career counselor regarding their decisions. Next slide, please. All our students have the opportunity to participate in various activities and competition, such as domestic and foreign excursions, voluntary projects and activities, interest clubs, subject olympiads, competition, students' professional activity, international project and partnership Erasmus Plus project. And the last slide. Student information system and sharing results. Students know about the activities through teachers, EduPage, the school website, notice boards, school radio, and the students' council. They are part of the scheduled class or school days or special events and are therefore naturally accessible to students. The system helps students become aware of strong points, find meaning in what they are studying, and also find a way to apply their skills and values to life. Students learn to reflect, plan, decide, and adapt, which is the purpose developed of career skills. Thanks to diverse form, we reach different types of students, introvert and active, undecided and goal-oriented. It's important that every student has their own place and support in this system. And sharing results. The results of our work do not remain only within the school. We consider sharing, connecting, and inspiring others to be a natural part of our system. We regularly provide information about career activities on the school website and social media. We use the results of feedback and students' outputs of a basic for further planning and innovation. We encourage students to share their experience with their peers and is inspiring them. We cooperate with National Career Counseling Center, Counseling and Prevention Center, universities, non-profit organization, and foreign partners. And our work was recognized with the National Career Counseling Awards in 2023 for the project Students Electronic Portfolio, and in 2024 for Green Career Counseling. Okay. Thank you for attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I will continue with the system in Romania, the career guidance system. Also, I would like to say a few words about myself. I didn't do that first. I'm a psychologist. I'm also a school counselor. I have an experience of 22 years in school counseling and career guidance. And I work in this county center for resources and educational assistance. As I said before, that is the national county center. Each county has one, and it delivers counseling services, speech therapy, and learning assistance for children with special needs. The school counseling in Romania is directed by a school counselor. Almost every school has a school counselor, but there is a secondary task for the rest of the teachers of the school to do career guidance. So each class has one of the teachers that is the main teacher or the career or the guiding teacher of that class. So their role is similar to the school counselor. They do career guidance and especially educational guidance. Also, aside from that, there are many projects in Romanian schools that are conducted by NGOs or in which the private sector is involved. We have many projects with job shadowing or with practice in the private sector for the students in order to experience the life, the professional life in certain domains. So what are the activities conducted by the school counselor? First, as our colleagues said from other schools, we do evaluation, or we help the student with their personal analysis. We also use interest tests. We also use the Holland model. We also use values tests, professional values tests. in order to assist the student in deciding on their career. And we also use inventories for competencies, aptitudes, and personal traits of the student. The second part of career guidance is career planning. We try to help the student define a professional vision, and we try to help them set professional goals and objectives. The way we work, some of the activities are managed in groups. Others, I mean, like testing and activities for collaboration, development, or teamwork or team building. But some other activities are designed for one-on-one, and that's the counseling for feedbacks on the test, or supporting the student on defining a professional vision, or planning, setting objectives for their careers. What are the types of beneficiaries? The school counselors, they work with three types of beneficiaries. First of all, the students, of course, but also we work with parents, and we also work with teachers. We work with teachers to help them have a better understanding of the students. We use even assessment tools like tests for the type of learning that the student prefers, and we use that, and we assist the teachers. We also work with parents mainly for better understanding the child and the development of the relationship with the child. Recently, starting from last year, all students undergo a career planning process when they are ending a cycle. I mean, fourth grade, 8th grade, and 12th grade. It is mandatory for them to go to the school counselor and go through a process like this. And afterwards, the school counselor issues a recommendation. But the recommendation is not compulsory. I mean, if the school counselor recommends one type of education from that cycle on, they have the freedom to choose other paths. But this recommendation is made professionally using professional tests and all this process of evaluation for the student. Almost all students view career planning process as useful, and they are involved in it. But our research, because we do annual research on how students make decisions regarding their career, still shows that the most important factor when choosing for their career is the family and the peers and their friends. Teachers and parents are very receptive to career planning activities, and they are encouraging students to participate. So a few words about our institutions and that are in charge with career guidance. As I said, the official institution for organizing career guidance at the local level is the County Center for Resources and Educational Assistance. They hire school counselors, they work in schools. The school counselors usually are psychology graduates. Some of them are sociology graduates, but also pedagogy and social workers graduates. their statute is similar to teachers. They have 40 hours per week, 20 hours for activities and 20 hours for preparing activities. Schools are they are independent in the sense that they can make their own projects regarding career guidance, and they can choose to have different activities like partnerships with private companies, like partnerships with NGOs to develop projects for the students of the school. Career guidance in Romania is not recognized as a distinct profession, and the school counselors are usually part of the specific bodies. I mean, if they are psychologists, they are part of the Romanian Psychologists College. If they are social workers, they have their professional body. If they are sociologists, also. So career guidance is not recognized as a specific profession. Because career guidance is not certified. I mean, there is no standard as a special profession, and our association ACROM is starting to organize school counselors, both from universities and from schools, from pre-university system and from the private sector, trying to recognize this as a distinct profession. Also, there are NGOs and private companies aiming to develop career guidance competencies for professionals working in education. What are the attitudes in Romania for career guidance? Career guidance is more and more appreciated through schools, although distinctions are not always made clear from other types of counseling in school. A lot of times you will see people confusing career guidance with educational guidance or psychological counseling even. Also, there is a clear increase of making use of the career guidance professionals in the schools lately, linked to the high rates of abandoning studies by students in superior education, and also to poor labor market insertion after graduating. So people are starting to think that we should pay a lot more attention to career guidance for students and for secondary education pupils. So thank you. That's it from me. Also, I would like to ask participants if they would like to ask questions from us and maybe try to clear things. If not, we would like to go with the detailed description to our colleagues from Hungary. Our colleagues from Hungary have a distinct presentation, so I will try to stop mine. Okay.
I think we wanted to go with the Czech Republic first, and Hungary is a.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So if the Czech Republic have their detailed description, presentation, they can start presenting.
It is possible that the presentation that was further presented is put on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In a minute.
Please, thank you.
I could share my presentation if you want.
Or you can, okay.
Yes,
Martin.
I could share. It's no problem.
Thomas will do it. Okay. Or you? Oh, sorry.
Do you see it?
Not yet. Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Martin.
Yes.
Go full screen, please.
Yeah, of course. Just a second. Now, is it okay?
Yeah, super.
Okay, so hello, my name is Martin Čermák. I am the school intake guidance counselor at the Gymnasium Libeňského zámku. I will tell you some information about our school. This is the official name of our school, and this is a shortcut of our school. We are located in Prague 8, Libeň. Prague is the capital city of Czech Republic. So we are one part of Prague. We have approximately about 530 students with a capacity of 570 students, but now we are completely full. So this is type of our school. We are 4-year junior secondary school. In the Czech Republic, we call it gymnasium. We focus on general education with specialization option in later years. Here you can see our 4 specialization. It's mathematics, natural sciences, social sciences, and foreign languages. We teach Czech language, English, German, and Spanish, and also Russian language, but it wasn't chosen for 2 years, so now we don't teach it. This is the web page of our school, and here you can see our school. We are close to the Libeň castle. That's zámek is in this castle. So I will tell you about my job. I am full-time biology and chemistry teacher, and being a school counselor is only specialized activity. I have paid 1 hour per week for this activity. I am also part of our school consultation team, which is called Školní poradenské pracoviště in Czech language. And we also cooperate from other people and from other companies, which is Pedagogical Psychological Counseling Center for Prague 8. At our school, we also use Salmondo system. Salmondo system is a career system. It's an online tool designed to help students explore their career option, identify their strengths, and plan their professional development. It provides personal guidance, access to career assessment, and information about different professions. We also started to use Absolventi.cz platform. Absolventi is a networking and job portal for graduates. It connects alumni with potential employers. It offers career opportunities and allows users to maintain professional contacts after finishing school. It also serves as a resource for internship, job guidance, and further studies. So I will tell you about our 3 main activities or projects. The first is called My Career. It was a big project which is done for now. We targeted our 2nd and 3rd year students. And we focused on practical skills for career growth, informed educational and career choices. We used many methods, individual and group workshop for the whole class. The class at our school has approximately 30 students. What was the goal? It was to support informed choices about further education and career development. We also extended to 4 partner primary schools for the 8th and 9th graders, which is the final year at the Czech Republic at our primary schools. The other activities, we call it Career Afternoon, where we invite alumni from our schools who study now at universities who could share their experience with our students. Um, they are from natural sciences, humanities, engineering, hospitality, journalism, medicine, agronomy, and many more. The audience are our students from the third and fourth grade, which the fourth grade is final year of their studies. Our students had possibility to choose which lectures to attend. The goal was to show university life through alumni recently at our school. And the third, and for me, the main activity is school adaptation course. We do it for class different year students, which are from 15 to 16 years. The duration is 3 days per class. It is led by class teacher and the guidance or career counselor. It means me or one of my colleagues. Our purpose is to introduce students, prevent social pathological behaviors, and of course, strengthen students' strengths and and weaknesses. We use many activities. We use experimental activities for reflection on values and interest, identify preferred working style, support communication, collaboration, and conflict resolution. We also promote awareness and cooperation. We also establish collective rules, which are necessary for a class functioning. We also encourage sharing of concerns, ambitions, and expectations by our students. And I will also tell you something about type of beneficiaries which we use. The students come to me to seek answers to their question. For example, what should I do in life? Which university should I attend? Because my career guidance focuses only on university selections. Uh, because gymnasium prepares for a higher education. We don't do career guidance which focuses on job without university studium. Because all of our students continue to study at university after their graduation. Um, I think that all teachers on our school partially provide career guidance because all of them do individual consultations with students and they invite professionals from work. And also because our final students are about 18 or 19 years, so parents play minimal role in students' career choices due to their age. So I think thanks for your attention, and that's all.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you. We would like now to invite our colleague from Hungary, Lajos, to continue their detailed description of counseling.
Yes, my proposal was to be the last one because the time is very short. How many presentations do we have?
You are the last.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Sorry.
So if you would like to start presenting and
yes, I try to
your
share
PPT on.
Share option. Okay, because I had a small problem, but we have it. Okay. Can you see the share?
Yes, it's perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I am an education researcher and an advisor to the High School Foundation, which organizes innovative programs. And I'm also a founder of a secondary school student project competition. I would like to present some information about this career education pilot course, which was part of a research. And I'd like to go, okay. As Bosch already said, we are using the concept career orientation, which covers all activities that support career building and help make decisions on further education and or career choices. And we are using also the concept career education, which is the development of career building competence. Career building competence is more or less the same as career management skills, but we are using the concept competence, which is a broader concept as skills. The priority one, the first priority of this pilot course was to do career education, so competence development. And the second priority was career orientation, doing some career orientation support, this orientation support for the decision-making preparation. I've done a small literature research asking this AI-based elicit system, what are the recommended strategies and methods and tools for teachers working with secondary school students in the field of career development and career education. And I've received a list of very interesting researches. This was run 2 days ago as I prepared this presentation. And my research, my publication is also included. By the way, two interesting studies are included from our region. I can share these later on, or you can run the same question and you will get the same or a similar report. This current research was based on a previous research, and the one major result of this previous research was that we can identify a group of students who need more intensive career guidance support in the school. And therefore, the question was whether we can develop a course which can help this situation. Can the career orientation characteristics of students be improved by a 12-session career education program, and what differences and patterns emerge? I had two hypotheses. Both are confirmed by the research. The first one, there will be a significant improvement based on this course, and the second one was there are no significant differences between the student types based on the demographic variables, for example, between boys and girls and so on, which is also important for the practical application. What about the sample? The sample of this research was a quite big sample, and we worked in schools that could be considered average. By the way, the control group was a little bit better than the pilot group. That was good for the research. And we had 4 classes, student classes in the pilot school, and 4 other classes in the control school. Here you can see some details. Grade 10 and 11 was run in the course was run in these classes. And this is the research setting. This was a quasi-experimental design. Follow-up 6 months after the intervention. Practically, the post-test was 6 months later then the intervention was closed. And that is a very unique setup, because in the common case, the tests are directly at the end of the intervention. This is good to see the long-term effect. And we analyzed significant differences in all 4 possible comparison directions. And I'd like to give you some information about the intervention itself. These are standard 45-minute lessons integrated into the school life, the real life of the school, and the real timetable of the school. And we have mixed methods, teacher presentation, quiz, very intensive group working groups, mini project at the end, and full digital, using a full digital environment, practically a totally paperless implementation. We had Google Classroom was the basis, and all students were integrated in one classroom. Practically about 100 students in one Google Classroom, having a good communication platform. We had some difficulties as well. The realistic average school environment was, we had some logistical technical problems, especially at the beginning of the course, and we have managed then later on some other problems as well. That is the content of the course, which was based on the concept of career building competence expressed in the DOTS model. The sessions covered topics such as self-awareness, career awareness, further learning opportunities, exploration methods, and steps and difficulties of career decision making. We had 12 lessons. What about the variables and tools? I had a self-developed career orientation questionnaire containing different questions, related career orientation activities, progress in the decision-making process, career choice awareness, and career decision self-efficacy, practically the confidence of the career decision, preparation, career building management competence was a major part of this tool. And the career building competence was measured by real questions and tasks, knowledge questions and tasks. That was, this part was not based on self-assessment. That was similar to a subject, school subject test. Student demographic data you can see here. And 2 other tools were also used: the career factors inventory and the career decision-making difficulties questionnaire. These are very common tools in the international practice of the research, and both are adopted to the Hungarian population. Here you can see the scales are very interesting, but based on the time, just an example, for example, lack of motivation. The motivation is a very important factor to do some courses, some career education, and this is a very important question. What about the motivation? And dysfunctional beliefs are also very important. You can see here a lot of different variables. Each scale was a variable for the research, and I had 20 variables. You can see here the results. Practically, all the variables are here, and we can see about 12 variables. In this case, we can have significant differences after the course. But I have indicated 2 variables with green arrows, and these 2 variables were improved also in the control group. And therefore, the conclusion is that only 10 variables can be considered as variables which were improved by this course, which is a good result. 10 variables out of 20 is a good result. But if you are looking at the table in the column of D is the effect size parameter of these significance differences. The effect size is quite slow. We had a good result, but slow with a very quite slow effect size. This is practically the final result of this research. And below one red indication you can see at the variable external conflicts. This is the only one difficulty which was improved. The difficulty was improved. It seems to be a negative, inverse result. But according to my interpretation, if you are in a decision process and during this process, the external conflicts, the level of the external conflicts are improved, this can show you progress in the process, because at the beginning of the process, you have not very much information and you cannot have a contradictory information. External conflicts is about information conflicts, contradictory informations. And therefore, this specific result can also include it in the big picture, which is very positive for this course. And the conclusion is that even a relatively short intervention in a realistic school environment can achieve a small but demonstrable effect 6 months after the intervention. An improved version of the program could be recommended for secondary schools in Hungary, and the program should not be implemented as a campaign, as we had in this research, but spread over several years. A class teacher who knows the class well may be more successful than our team implementing the pilot project, because we don't know the students, and therefore the situation from a pedagogical, didactical point of view was not optimal. But even in this situation, we have produced this research result. And at the end, here is a reference. You can see a study. You can find here a study describing all the detailed information what I have not said during this short time about this research. Thank you very much. And
okay, thank you very much,
yes.
Lajos. So I think we are finished with the presentations. If from our colleagues, from our participants, you would like to ask some questions? Just so you know, all the materials will be made PDFs, and you will have access to them if you want them. Okay.
I just can have a very quick comment.
Please do.
I think from a practitioner's perspective, the real added value of our discussion is going to come from another element of our project, as we are going to share good practices, how we are dealing with the different type of client groups. So therefore, certain type of career guidance questionnaires, board games, whatsoever, can be moved from Hungary to Romania, from Romania to Slovakia, and so on. So adaptation and then learning new tools, probably it's one of the strong points what we are doing at the moment.
Okay, thank you.
And we can make maybe coordinated research. We can use the same tools in different schools in different countries, and we can compare the results. Can be also a future cooperation.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you.
I also have a remark, if possible.
Please.
I can see that, for example, Romanian system, it's very general one where the career counseling is included in psychopedagogical assistance. But also, I could see that the other part, the Slovak system, where the results are very linked to the career counseling. The students can choose the subjects according with the career counseling results, according with the career counseling process. For me, that is, I don't know, very clarifying that the importance of career counseling is linked with this kind of intervention, with making possible to choose as a student what educational line or what professional line want to have in your life.
It's like the career guidance is put first, and then the other mathematics and languages and. Yes.
I know we have some colleagues here from Slovakia. I see Stefan, but others also. So if you want to react and share your experience.
Well, my experience is quite long, but I'm afraid it is also a little bit outdated because I'm not in practice for a couple of years. But I think that systems in different countries, at least in these four we were talking about during the last 90 minutes, are different, but there are some similarities. There are some, in my opinion, there are some pros and cons in each of them. And it would be perhaps useful to analyze each of these systems, or all of them, and perhaps to choose the best points in each of them, and perhaps the weak points in all of them. What should be changed and what should be shared, on perhaps what could be an inspiration for other countries. So, and I think it is perhaps one of the advantages of projects like this, that people can be inspired by different practices. And if this could be the case, perhaps it would be one of the major benefits of the project, of this project as such. I do not know much about the project itself. Unfortunately, I had no time to check it, but perhaps this is one of maybe hidden goals of projects of this kind, to learn from each other and to pick up what might be used in your countries from a different environment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stefan. Tomasz, would you like to say something?
Oh, no. I think Stefan summarized it very well. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Would anyone else like to say something? Maybe some words about future activities in the project, Vasi or Marianne. What are the future steps in the project?
Just to notify you about the next event, and Tibor and Zuzana under your control. I think on the 30th of October, we will propose a similar webinar focused on the vet sector. And so this is
also we'll be in charge with another event linked with the university career counseling, and we still have, I think we still have 3 events, Tomasz, or international events.
I think more, but
more?
Yeah, something like that, a little bit more.
And also we are preparing the good practices, and we will share with all participants and with all professionals in our countries good practices in career counseling in all our 4 organizations involved in the project.
Okay.
There is something another to add, Tomasz or Tibor?
Probably the most important is the date. The next date is 30th of October. So 30th of October, 30, 5 o'clock, same time, 6 o'clock in Romania. And then the topic is going to be comparing vocational education and career guidance in the 4 countries.
Okay. Okay, so thank you. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for participating. And
Radu, I think Thomas posted in a chat a questionnaire for evaluation of the event. Please give us 5 minutes or less to evaluate our event.
Okay. Yes, the link is in the chart in the chat.
Radu, I think you can close the event.
Okay. So thank you all. Goodbye and see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for your opportunity to attend your meeting. Goodbye.